Today we're going on another fun adventure. We've come to Nagasaki, Japan. It was about a 2.5-hour bus ride all the way through the mountains. And I can't tell you how many tunnels we went through, but it was well worth it. Because on the bus, the Daily Instants gave us a shiny Grimer, which was pretty cool, and had decent IVs all in all. And we got to see a Galarian Articuno, which obviously wasn't shiny, and unfortunately, it did decide it didn't want to stay with us. So we got a win and a loss, but honestly, it's still pretty cool. But now I'm outside of Nagasaki Station, and if you look in the game real quick, there is an interesting Pokemon clock thing. I don't know what this is. And on Google Translate, it says the big clock at Amu Plaza, Nagasaki, a large clock installed at the new AMU Plaza building, which will be built in 2023, which will tell time to many people. Okay, so it's just a clock with Pikachus on it. Now let's go inside and check it out. I found another very interesting Pokestop. As you can see, it says information. It has a little map of Nagasaki, but also if you look in the back there are some Pokemon stuff on the window, and clearly that's what this is right here. But sadly, I am not seeing anything Pokemon related, so clearly they took it down already, but we'll at least get the gift. But I am happy to say I did find a Pokélid right there. We got ourselves the Ampharos Pokélid, and Ampharos is the official mascot of the Nagasaki Prefecture. Happy to say we found the Pokélid, and it looks pretty cool, though admittedly it's not exactly in the most exciting area. We just got a lot of big buildings around us here. But of course we gotta go on the game here and spin it and get ourselves a lovely Pokestop for it. Though admittedly there's two of them on top of each other. Is it just the same one and this one's like the official one? I know, this is the official one. So technically there's two of this one, so that's kind of fun. Now I really wanted to find more of these Pokélids, but unfortunately it appears that this is the only one in Nagasaki. As you can see right here, there's the one that we just spun here in Nagasaki, but there's also Seisbo, there's Omura, Onzen, and Shinkamigoto. Hopefully I'm saying this correctly. But if we scroll to the map here, I'm in Nagasaki, and Omura is the closest thing to me, I think, and it's all the way up there, which is not close enough to walk to. If I were to really zoom out real quick, I should be able to show you like Seisbo and all that. Yeah, there you go. Seisbo's all the way up there. Like, it's pretty far away. So it looks like this is the only one we're actually going to be spinning, but there's some really good ones. Like, honestly, this one's kind of my favorite. I really like Palafin, and I can't wait for it to come to Pokemon Go, but this is a solid one. Now, you might be a little curious as to why Nagasaki chose Ampharos as its mascot Pokemon, and there's actually a really good reason for it. You see, the Johto region in the Pokemon games Gold, Silver, and Heart Gold and Soul Silver are actually based off of the Kansai region here in Japan. The Kanto region is actually based on the Kanto region of Japan, so I don't know why they didn't call it the Kansai region for Pokemon. But anyways, the Johto region is actually a one-for-one map of the Kansai region of Japan. So Goldenrod City is actually Osaka, Ecruteak City is Kyoto, and Olivine City is Nagasaki. And for those of you who have played these games, you know that Olivine City is where the Steel-type gym leader Jasmine resides, and she does own an Ampharos that operates in a lighthouse. But unfortunately, that Ampharos is sick, and you gotta get your hands on some medicine to make it feel better so it can operate the lighthouse and make everything safe for all the boats and such. And that's something that Nagasaki is known for, is a lot of lighthouses. Unfortunately, not here in the main city. You're not gonna see a lot of lighthouses here, but very far away, there are tons of them so that ships don't run aground here. So that's why they chose to go for Ampharos, because Ampharos was a big part of the story in those games, and it's based off of this region of Japan. I absolutely love stuff like this. It's just like how Okinawa chose Growlithe and Arcanine to be its official mascot Pokemon, because Shisas are literally everywhere, and Growlithe and Arcanine were based off of Shisas, so it just made sense. And that's why Japan's just freaking awesome. Now, unfortunately, Ampharos is a recent addition, so there's really not a lot of Pokemon stuff here right now. Obviously, we've got some Pokélids that feature Ampharos, but there were a few things that I did find. Inside of the train station, I found an information booth that had some Ampharos stuff in there, including a place where you could take a picture with some Ampharoses. And of course, I took that picture. But also I found this right next to it, a digital stamp rally, and it actually shows you on the back all of the different Pokélids and stuff. And it's pretty cool, though unfortunately I don't think I'm going to be able to participate in this. And also, there was something at the bottom here, like a little acrylic stand with an Ampharos. Those are completely gone, unfortunately. The people that were running the place told me they are gone. And I found one on eBay for like 70 bucks, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. But I am very happy to say that there is one official piece of Pokemon merch here for Ampharos, and it's some sort of cake thing. I don't know exactly what it is just yet, but yeah, of course, I bought some of them, so let's go to a better place so we can try this stuff out. 6 10-kilometer eggs. Hopefully these ones will be good to us. Well, Charcadet's not terrible. Please, Toxel. Or that. I mean, I'm happy with that. But I know we're gonna get something that I don't want. Oh man, surprisingly, so far not yet though. But yeah, Carbink and all that, I know they're coming, but... Oh, Druddigon's cool. Okay, you know, this batch isn't as bad as it could be, but I would like to see a Toxel. There it is. I knew a Gumi was gonna come too. Gumi, Jangmo-O, and of course Carbink. Those are all the most common ones, but surprisingly, no Carbinks at all. Another thing I love about being in Nagasaki right now is we're in the middle of this Into the Wild event, which means Mareep and Flaffy are spawning, so then we have both of them right next to each other. That's amazing. I only saw the Flaffy and I didn't even realize that the Mareep was there. Let's check the Mareep at very least and see if we can get a shiny one here, just because, you know, it is the base form of Ampharos. Highly doubt we're gonna run into a wild Ampharos here, though it is a possibility. But yeah, you know what? We should definitely catch as many of these as possible. Maybe we'll get a hundo here, and hopefully we'll get a shiny. I would love to get a shiny of one of these here, because I like collecting shinies from each of their regions. We got very lucky in Totori at the sand dunes, and we got ourselves a shiny Sandshrew. And in Okinawa, I got a shiny Growlithe, or a Shisa. So, you know, if we can get lucky and get a shiny one here, I would love that, and we would definitely evolve it here too. All right, I found a spot. Probably not the best spot to do it, but I can't seem to find anything else around me. But anyways, here's the bag with all the goodies in it, and I'm happy to say we did get some of the Ampharos cakes. Specifically, I did get 3 of them, one for myself, one for Jack, and just an extra one in case something happens. I like collecting this kind of stuff, even though it's really just a box, but it's a really nice looking box. But they also come with Ampharos bags, which is really neat too. And they gave me 3 of them, because I guess since I bought 3 of them. So obviously Jack's gonna get one of those. But anyways, let's get this thing out of the protective plastic, and let's open it up. Oh, okay, so there's some stuff in here. Oh, and there's a little Pokeball thingy in there. And I'm assuming this is the company that actually makes these. I'm actually very surprised that there's another box inside of the box. I really just assumed it would have been in that box. But also on the inside of the box, we got some more Ampharos stuff. Honestly, this thing's sealed up pretty good. I might be able just to keep the other one in the box, you know? But it looks like this Pokeball is actually a sticker. I don't really want to tear it, but I might. Oh, no, we actually pulled it off. And this is a huge cake. Oh my goodness, but there we go. Hopefully I don't drop it. As you can see on there, we've got Ampharos on the cake. That's so nice. It almost seems like a crime to ruin this, but we gotta take a bite. Obviously, I'm not gonna just buy one of these and not try one, so. It's actually pretty good. I have no idea what there's on the bottom here. There's some sort of crunchy stuff. Might actually be sugar or something like that, but it's not bad. Again, I'm from America, so like stuff like this is supposed to be like super, super sweet when you bite into it, but we're in another country where they don't pump sugar into literally everything. So I will say, it's not as sweet as it looks, but it's actually pretty darn good still. Obviously, I'm not gonna finish this whole thing. This thing's pretty darn big, but pretty happy with it. It's not bad at all. I also completely forgot to mention what it tastes like. Honestly, it's just sweet. I really thought it was gonna be very lemony. There is maybe a little tinge of citrus in there, but honestly, it just more tastes sweet than anything else. But it's pretty good. And I've saved about 3/4 of it, so I might be able to break some pieces off so other people can try it back in Fukuoka. I am very happy I was able to find it. And again, the box is super cool, and it has the lighthouses and stuff, so again, thematic stuff. As I mentioned earlier, Ampharos is a recent addition to the whole mascot team. It's not the newest, though. Apparently, there's a Quagsire place in a place called Kushi or something like that. We'll have to check that out in the future, but it's obviously way too soon to get anything from there. But I do like that they chose to do this. It's very thematic, it's awesome. And who knows, we might get lucky and find something along the way because it's so new. There might be some surprises that even the locals don't quite know about. So with that being said, let's walk around, see what we find, and maybe we'll find something really cool. Got another 10-kilometer egg here. Let's see what happens. Oh boy. And I should also probably claim the field research breakthrough box because, you know, might as well. Got a Unova stone though, so that's really cool. Our encounters with a Galarian Mime. That's also pretty interesting. I'm down with those. Well, 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 would you look what I found right here. Haha. And by what I found, I mean what the nice man at the tourist information booth told me about. But yeah, no, that's kind of fun to see that that's there. And it's inside of this Nagasaki stadium. I think it's a baseball stadium. And it's apparently inside of the parking garage. So hopefully I'll be able to get in there because it doesn't really look like a game's going on. But people are walking in there right now. So I'd imagine I'd probably be able to get into it. And I really want to spin that stop. And of course, find a shiny Mareep on there, you know? That'd be pretty cool too. All right, I take it back. Definitely not a baseball diamond or anything like that. That's clearly a soccer field. And I'll say it for you, Europe, and I guess the rest of the world, a football stadium. Well, I'm very happy to say I think I found the spot. Yes, indeed. This is the Ampharos section. I can see it everywhere very plainly. And apparently, from what I've been told by a few people, it's called Dindyu, I want to say is how you say its name in Japanese. So we call it Ampharos, but they call it Dindyu. And here's the actual statue. Looks pretty cool. And from what I was told in the tourist information shop, apparently the name for Ampharos Dindyu is also based off of an old Nagasaki sailor song, I believe is what I was told. This was a little bit ago, and I really wish I asked to record him because he had so much information to tell me. But usually people don't like being recorded, so I didn't really want to insist upon it, but he was very full of knowledge about it. So it made even more sense why they chose Ampharos as their mascot, which is just awesome. I'll say for a parking lot, this is kind of cool that this is just here. We also have a pretty cool mural back here that I can't read because I don't speak or read Japanese very well, but luckily Google Translate's very good at it. So it says Future Support Pokemon Dindyu. In June 2019, Ampharos was appointed the Nagasaki Future Support Pokemon. Nagasaki, surrounded by the sea, has an indented coastline and many islands of all sizes, and is one of the cities with the most lighthouses in Japan. As I mentioned earlier, the shining light at the end of the light Pokemon Dinryu's tail is said to reach far away and acts as a guidepost for the ocean. Dinryu, reminiscent of a lighthouse, is a perfect Pokemon for Nagasaki, a city where foreign ships once arrived and spread spread the culture they brought with them across the country. Indara Ryuba is a children's song that is widely known in Nagasaki. The name of this familiar song also contains the characters Din and Ryu. So that's what he mentioned earlier, yeah. So it's actually a children's song, but still really freaking cool. I love this kind of stuff. We're gonna head out now, but it was so cool seeing all this. Like, honestly, man, this country is just the best when it comes down to this stuff. You like Pokemon, you need to come to Japan at some point in your life and just experience this, because it's just so much fun. 4 more eggs. Let's see what these ones give us. Come on, Toxel somewhere. The rates on them are just terrible, but yep, there's a Jangmoa. Number 3 is another Jangmoa. And let's see this last one. All right, Dredagon. 2 more eggs. Let's see what we get here. This one is a Dredagon. Please, Toxel, I'm begging you. Nope, Jangmo. You know, I was a little sad thinking that I wouldn't be able to catch an Ampharos here in Nagasaki, but then I remembered that Mega Ampharos raids are a thing, so let's freaking do it. We could actually catch one here. Happy to say I was able to get a few people in here, so we're definitely gonna bring it down. I probably could have soloed it, but honestly, I didn't really want to take that long with it. I would just rather get it done with as quickly as possible. And weirdly enough, it has Trailblaze. I guess that's why I'd recommended all my dragon and flying types, but instead I decided to throw in Groudon for melting it pretty quickly, so I doubt it's gonna take too long. And there's the Ampharos. Here's hoping we get a good one, or possibly a shiny. It's a 1 in 125 chance, I believe, for Mega Raids, but imagine getting a shiny Ampharos, like literally the only Ampharos we're probably gonna be able to do here in Nagasaki. That'd be pretty insane, but let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1. It is not shiny, unfortunately, but still an Ampharos in Nagasaki. Very happy to get my hands on it, or sorry, should I say Dinryu? Hopefully that's how you say it again. But it's cool to get one, you know what I mean? Like, it's fun to get it here. And who knows, maybe it's a good one, because I don't remember what the good CP is, but it's okay. But we're definitely gonna hold on to it, because I think this is the only Mega Raid around. I could be wrong. Maybe there is another one, and we'll definitely do a couple of them while we're here. But I am glad to say that I did get one from here. Nagasaki also has a bit of a light tram system, which is pretty cool. This one specifically right here is a very old one, and I love seeing stuff like this. Believe it or not, there is an Ampharos one as well. It's not one of these older ones, it's much newer, but I'm hoping to see it. I've been sitting here for about 20-ish minutes, and I've seen a few of these go by. They go by pretty quickly, so hopefully we'll get to see it and go on it, because it's pretty cool in there too. Unfortunately, nothing really happened on the tram, but it was really cool to ride it. I'm glad that we actually did find it. I think it's like the only one they have, or there might be 2 or something like that. But now that we're off, I've got another Mega Ampharos here, so let's see if this one turns out shiny. It'd be so cool if it did, because it would be great to get a shiny from here, and unfortunately, I haven't been very lucky, and my bus to leave is very soon, so we'll see what happens. And there goes this Ampharos as well. Here's hoping we get that shiny. Again, I just think it would be cool to get it from here. I don't even care if it's good or not. To say I have an Ampharos from Ampharos City is pretty fun. So here's the check. Come on! Not purple and blue. Oh well. 1604 though, it's a little better. Even though our Nagasaki shiny luck isn't that great. Our Fukuoka luck was incredible. I forgot to show you guys this, but this is a level 50, 100% Ampharos that just came out of the wild. And the shiny I caught of it was a 96%, which is also pretty darn insane. So I'm thinking, let's power this thing up all the way to level 50 just to do it. It's more fun, especially to say that we did it in Nagasaki, you know, Ampharos City, but there we go. That's a level 50, 96%, and it didn't really cost us much to do it because it was already like a 40-something level anyways, so that's fun. And also, let's just Mega Evolve it, because I think this is going to be my new Mega Ampharos, even though I don't really use Mega Ampharos for anything, but I'm definitely down to make this level 3 or whatever that is. I think it's Mega level 3, and then you want Buddy 5. Yeah, that's what it is. Anywho though, there you go. 96% shiny Mega Ampharos is cool. It looks like I spoke too soon. We got ourselves a shiny Lunatone on the Necrozma effect, and it's a full odds one. I honestly did not expect to get a full odds shiny. I popped it just in the hopes of getting any shiny, you know, like a Gligar or a Zigzagoon or anything else that's boosted, but instead, Nagasaki decided to give us a shiny moon, so that's cool. And let's just see how good this moon is. It's not bad. 10, 11, 14. Those are raid IVs. Unfortunately, our adventures in Nagasaki are coming to an end. My bus back to Fukuoka leaves relatively soon, and I don't want to miss that bus, otherwise I'm stuck here for another 4 hours. But I had a great time looking at all the Ampharos stuff. It was really fun to see it. Hopefully there will be more in the future, but again, it's pretty new to the area right now. And I learned a little bit more about the history of Nagasaki along the way, which was really fun. Apparently, this was one of the few cities that was open in the past 2 foreign foreigners for exchanging goods. Japan did have a bit of time where they weren't really letting foreigners in, but Nagasaki was one of the few open ports for it all. And of course, we can't forget the fact that this is the second city to be hit with an atomic weapon, and hopefully the last one. I did go to the Nagasaki Atomic Bomb Museum, but I didn't really want to bring you guys along because quite frankly, I didn't feel like it would really fit the theme and vibe of this video, but I did go just for me. And I also did check out the Hyper Center, which is called the Peace Park as well. So it was good to see it, but again, didn't really feel like it was really good for this video. Smash that subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video, and if you're really enjoying this kind of content, I highly suggest this video right over here when we went to the Slowpoke Park in Kanagawa. Or maybe you would prefer the Sandshoe Park in Tottori. That one was also really fun. But on that note, I'll see you on the next one.